All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video, and in today's video, guys, we're gonna be doing like a comprehensive guide, a comprehensive deep dive on OP09 Lucci, or I should say Lucci in the OP09 format, right? Because this is not an OP09 leader, but it's still doing very well in the format. So we're going to be doing a deep dive on that today, comprehensive guide, if you will. And yeah, and that's pretty much the main focus of today's video. So let me go ahead and break it down for y'all. First things first, we're going to be heading over to the sim. We're going to be doing 5 games on the sim versus some leaders that I would consider to be some of the top tier leaders like in the format. It's going to be Red Shanks, Purple Luffy, Blue Doffy, Blackbeard, and Black Yellow Luffy. Okay, and then after that, we're going to hop over to the simulator, to the deck builder part of it. We'll talk about the list and we'll break it down, and I'll give you guys my final thoughts on it. Now, before we get into it, I got a few things to say. First of all, I do want to start doing these about once every week, kind of like how I have a Red Yellow Sabo video once a week. Which, you know, let me actually be more specific. When I say once a week, it really ends up being like once every 7 to 10 days, right? So about once every 7 to 10 days, I have a Red Yellow Sabo video. Well, now I also want to start having like once every 7 to 10 days having a meta video, whether it be Lucci or Shanks, whatever like top tier decks are considered in the meta. I do want to start having those about once every 7 to 10 days as well. And today we're doing Lucci. Okay, that's number one. Number two, a lot of people. Let me say this. Yesterday, we just finished up a little mini series on the finals of the North American Nationals finals games. We broke them down, analyzed them. Go check those out if you have not already, guys. They were very educational games. Let me say that right now. Very solid games. So we did that. And people were saying that they actually wanted me to do another series at Nationals on the Black Yellow Luffy player versus a Blackbeard deck, okay? And a lot of people seem very interested in that, so we're probably going to knock that out either tomorrow or the next day on the channel at the time of me recording this, right? So we'll probably knock that out very soon because a lot of people seem very interested in that. Okay, so after that, what else do I have to say? Okay, another thing we have to talk about. I have started streaming, okay? If you want to check out the stream, it is very easy to do, guys. I have it set as exact. There's 3 days a week I'm going to be doing them consistently, and they're going to be 3-hour segments at a time. It's going to be Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern, right? So that ends up being 3 hours each day. It's going to basically be like 9 to 10 hours of extra content every single week, okay? Now, every now and then I might do a surprise stream here and there. You guys know how that goes, but that'll just be whatever. Now, if you're interested in checking out those VODs, because the VODs will be saved to YouTube, but here's the thing, guys. Let me go ahead and move some stuff around and show you how things are set up now. I did have to do a little bit of changing here. Whoops. Hopefully I didn't mess up the stream there, or not the stream, the actual video. Yeah, let me get the leader off here, move my head down to the corner. The VODs will be available to members only, okay? I finally found a way to give an incentive to people to become members of the channel where then they don't have to worry about, making the stream, exactly when it happens. Because some people won't be able to make the stream, right? They won't be able to make it in time for each one of them. So how do you, what's the best way to do that to catch up on it? You can become a member and check out all the old ones. And guys, think about all the extra content this will be over time. So think about it. We just got done with the first week of me streaming. This is 9.5 extra hours of content per week that this is going to be. Now, I still recommend you guys try to make it to the stream itself because I try to interact with the chat a lot. We still do playing, like notice here, guys, like the very first one was just like an intro. It said no real plans. We were just streaming to get things started. But after that, we did some purple and black Luffy testing. That was a blast. And then yesterday we did red purple Uda and red purple Eustace Kid testing. It's just a good time in there, guys. And like I said, I try to really stay in touch with the the comments going on with people talking in the chat. It's a good time. But if you can't make those, I totally understand. But now, if you do want to watch the VODs afterwards, you will have to become a member. It is $3 a month to become a member. But again, think about all the extra content it's going to be, that's going to be available for you. And it helps me out big time, guys. And it is an incentive for the people who were already members, to either A, stay members and help me out, or, B, for new people to become members. You guys get what I'm trying to say here. It really helps me out in the end. So that's going on. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to talk about. And I think that's it, guys. I think that's pretty much it. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but hey, maybe we'll remember like halfway through the stream. All right, now let's go ahead and get into the video. Let me go and bring this back up. the first game we have up is against Shanks. And, oh, I think I forgot to say this. I may or may not have. Guys, I'll have everything timestamped in the general description, and I'll have all relevant deck lists and links in the comments section below, okay? So you can skip around to wherever you want to. And if you guys have any comments, questions, or suggestions, please do not hesitate to put those in the comment section below. And, or hop on the VV Theory Discord, which the link is in the channel description. Okay? All right, now, let's do this, guys. Let's get into it. First up, we have a game versus Shanks. We got Lucci versus Shanks. Let me make sure the speed is on 2x. It is. Volume is off, and here we go. So, I am running my own version, which I think I'm running 2 Kaidos, 2 Brooks, the 6-cost Brook, and 2 of the 7-cost Jacks, okay? That's for a few reasons. We'll talk about more as we go through this. I just think it's such a very strong answer into certain decks. Even into Shanks, you can just get rid of cards like what's his name? Lucky Roo. Okay, so they swing in for 7 there. We lost something. Oh, we swung in for 6, and they popped our Spandam with a Red Hawk. We don't care about that at all. We'd rather that card be in the trash anyway. He's going to swing in for 6. I'm going to block out and save the Brook here because I think I can actually get rid of this Ace, and this card will be an issue if I don't get rid of it now. We're going to swing for 5. He's going to -4 there. Okay, that's fine. What we're going to do here, I think, is we're probably going to do an Ice Age. Yep. And we'll swing for 5. We will KO the character with the Brooks effect. They're going to save it by going -2,000. We will play out the Kaku, and we will put back probably 2 Tempest Kicks to KO that character. Okay, typically speaking, guys, let's talk about that for a minute because there was something to talk about there. Typically speaking, whenever you're returning cards to the trash, number one, when you play out Kaku, okay, understand this real quick, guys. For certain CP cards like Kaku and I believe it's both versions of him, the 2K counter and the 5 cost, you have to make sure you have enough CP cards in your trash to put to the bottom of your deck, or you can't do the effect. Whereas the 4 cost Lucci can put any cards to the bottom of your deck, right? So with that in mind, there are other things to consider as well. I want Lucci, Spandam, and Spandine. I want those cards to remain in my trash so I can bring them back later and combo them with Rebecca, right? And with with Gecko Mori and Rebecca. So if you're going to choose to get rid of some of these cards in your trash, I would say the order of priority to get rid of cards would be events first, like this Tempest Kick. We have no way of getting those back. So get rid of the Tempest Kicks first, and let's keep a Spandam, a Spandine, and a Lucci in the trash for sure. Like, we really need those for the future, in the game. All right. So we have to get rid of 2 cards. We'll put the 2 Tempest Kicks back. We'll pop that card. He already used his effect, so now he's gone for good. Shanks is going to finish up with a Rayleigh here. Seems good. We're going to swing in for 5, -1 there. He's going to use leader effect, obviously. We're going to slam a Kaido, and guess what we're going to do? We'll trash the Brook. We don't need that. We're going to get rid of the Rayleigh, and we're just kind of outpacing him at this point, right? He's going to swing in for 5. I'm going to take that. That was a little greedy. I should have 2K countered out because he was on 10 Dawn. I should have known that. Pause. I should have known he was going to swing in and hit me, right? I should have known he was going to do that. So ultimately, I think that was a play mistake, but it is what it is, right? We're going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to bear with it. And we had a way out anyway. So we actually drew a Tempest Kick. Let me see when we drew the Tempest Kick. Was it from the second attack? Okay, let me see something real quick. I want to go all the way back to here. So right here, my opponent swings in. Whoop, it got stuck. There we go. They're going to swing in for 5. I take it. When I should have just 2K countered, I get a Brook. They swing in again, but look what it gives me. We got a little bit lucky with that. Otherwise, we'd had to use a Suru to counter out, or to pause. If we had not gotten the Tempest Kick, we could have swung for 5 at face and then -1 to the Shanks to drop him to 9. And then we could play out a Suru for 2 and then drop him to 7 and pop it with a Kaido. However, because we took that second hit this turn, like we took a 5K hit from the 5 cost Shanks, or the 5, the leader, 5,000 power from that hit, and we didn't 2K counter out very greedily, right? And that got us a Brook. Then we took the 12K hit from the 10 cost Shanks, and that got us the Tempest Kick. So it ended up working out pretty nicely in our favor. Never punished, never punished. We take those. But I do think we should have countered out, guys, just being honest. Okay, so since we don't have to worry about that, we're just going to slam this down. I think we're going to swing in for they trashed a Radical Beam from the Kaido's effect. I'm going to swing for 5. I'm going to swing for 9. They take that. They're down to 2. I have 2 very large bodies on the board, and what is my opponent going to do? They're going to swing for 5. We're going to counter out this time. We're going to counter out this time. He goes 13 into 9. That's a Goldie Roger. Yeah, not ideal. Not ideal for us. But at the same time, we both have 2 life. Goldie Roger's effect can only happen, or it only matters if one of you has 0 life, or both. You know, as if someone has 0 life. And neither of us do. So, okay, I'll go ahead and swing for 5. Since he used his effect there, I'll swing in for 9 again. He counters out. Okay, well, I guess I'll play out the Rebecca, or excuse me, the Gecko Moria, which plays out the Rebecca, playing out a Spandime, doing a search, getting Kaku, and then we're going to grab back. I think we might grab back the Spandime here, play that out, start pushing some cards to the bottom of the deck. I should push back the Tempest Kick here, whatever. Oh, well, that was a play mistake. I should have pushed back the Tempest Kick. And then we'll play out the Lucci. And the Lucci, we're going to use that effect just to get some cards out of the trash as well, and just to refill our deck a little bit. Because I think we're around 20 cards left in deck. Okay, and this is a formidable board. Okay, guys, this is a formidable board. The Spandine doesn't matter much, but he's just there to kind of overwhelm my opponent mentally, right? He's the first card I would replace just right away. But I have 2 9,000 power bodies on the board. I have a 6,000 power body, and I have my my leader, or excuse me, my Rebecca. And yeah, we're in a good place. They play out Lucky Roo. He's going to swing for 11 into 6. Okay, well, we should just let that go because I just don't want to lose my characters or too much life, my big characters. Okay, so here we go. We're not really concerned about the Lucky Roo, but at the same time, we do want to get very aggressive here, right? We're going to swing in for 9. He's going to take it. And now watch this, guys. He counters out. So that was kind of a play mistake in my personal opinion. Because now it's like, okay, well, I'll just swing for 5. He gives me a 2K counter. And right here, how do I say this? I feel like he should have gone down to 1 life. I feel like he should have gone down to 1. And then, like, you know, I couldn't have blocked or something like that. So I had 5K in hand. Okay, he just gives up. So let me explain how that was going to go. He can swing. He has a 7K attack with the leader. He tried to swing 11 into 9, and I was going to go Who's Who and Kaku to 2K, 1K to get out of that. He can get rid of one of my characters with the Goldie Roger, but then the other 7 is got to go at life. So the thing that I think he messed up on, I think he's realizing now, is he should have gone swing 9, 9, 13 at life. I think that's what he kind of is beating himself up over. Or he could have tried to get sneaky and swing 7 at life with the leader and then swing 11, 13. Either way, I don't even know if it matters, guys. Look at the cards in my hand and what I'm going to be getting. I would have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. I would have been able to get out of a 14K attack. So this guy might have thought, like, man, I made a play mistake. Like he made a play mistake. And I think he kind of did to a certain extent. He probably should have gone for face. I think it was his only decent chance. But little does he know, there's no way out of it. And if he doesn't win on this turn, it just simply doesn't matter. I'm going to swing for 9, 9, you know, who knows what. Just a lot. Swing for a bunch, especially if he had tried to go for face. All right, that was the game versus Shanks. That was a fun one. That was a good one. Now we got a game versus Purple Luffy. Purple Luffy is one of those matchups where you kind of want to take first away from them no matter what you're playing. They are going to get first, though, and hey, we like going second as Lucci, right? We're okay with it, but at the same time, I would rather take first away from my opponent in this situation. Okay, they do a Law Search. We're going to have no turn 1 play. I do still run the Kakus. A lot of people do not like that card, the 5 cost. A lot of people will run the 2K counter, and I understand there's a lot of combos with that you can do and stuff, but like I just prefer that card. I don't know how else to explain it. I just think it's a really high-quality card in this environment because, look, like right here, guys, you know, when I get to 5, I can swing into here and just get rid of that card very easily. You know what I mean? When I have 5 Dawn to spend. Okay, so we're going to just play this out. We're not really trying to do anything too crazy. We'll play out the Brook and we'll get rid of the 1 cost. That was just to clear it off the board. Nothing too insane there. Okay, we know what Purple Luffy does, guys. We know what Purple Luffy does. He's going to play out the Nico Robin here with the Luffy Taro. We did catch a little bit of a break there, and now we're going to be able to save the Brook. We're going to 2K counter out with the 2K counter we just got back with Rebecca, and now he's not even going to swing with Zoro. He's decided, okay, my board's too important right here, and he has removal, so I can't risk getting rid of it. So I'm going to swing 5, and I do -1 to the Robin. I was hoping he would actually let it go. Watch this, guys. Swing 5, -1 to Zoro. I'm not trying to get rid of the Robin. You can have it. But I am going to get rid of that Zoro. Okay, so we're going to do this. We're going to push 2 cards back. It was the 2 best cards I could pick in that situation. I just need to make sure I have that Spandine and Lucci still in there, right? for later with Gecko Moria and the Rebecca in there. Okay, they're going to play out a Captain Kidd here. Captain Kidd is not really a threat, that's for sure, but it is a good card. We'll let him have that. He's going to swing in for 9. We'll take this. Real quick, what I should have done here. So a little heads-up play we could have done. So I'm going to slam down the Gecko Moria, right? I'm going to be on 8 Dawn. I'm going to slam Gecko Moria. I should have countered out for 1K with my Spandam. Even though it would do nothing, I would just lose a card, right? Well, why would I want to do that? Because then I'd be able to pull it back from my trash with the Gecko Moria on the following turn. So yes, it'd be like I'm kind of wasting a card, but at the same time, I'd get it back so quickly when I have no other play from the trash to get. So that was a slight oversight on my part. I should have, I think that's how you say it. It was like an oversight where I should have seen that, or I looked over it. So I'll swing 5 here, and I'll swing 6 into that. I'm getting cards out of their hand. I'm loving every minute of this, okay? I love stealing cards from the opponent's hand. It's like my favorite thing to do in a game. Like, hand destruction is my absolute favorite. So right here, I only have 1 card to pull out because I didn't trash the Spandam like I was saying I should have. Okay, play out the Rebecca. We'll play out the Spandine. Actually, I think we're actually going to play out the Spandam to fill my trash up more. I don't need the Lucci Spandine interaction here. I need to fill up my trash. We do have 2 2K counters and 2 1Ks. We have a Kaido in our hand. We have 2 blockers on the board, 4 life, a 6K, a 9K. We're in a very good position here. It might not seem like this is a great board state, but we're actually in a very solid position, a very healthy position here. Swinging in for 5 to face, I think we should just give him a 1K. There's no reason to take that for, we shouldn't take that for no reason. Okay, swing for 10, we'll get out of that one. And if he swings in for 9 here, we'll give him another blocker. You can have it. Okay, let's see what we do now. It looks like we're probably going to swing 10 into 8 here, and this should get some cards out of hand, probably a Gum Gum Giant or something like that. He does have 1 Dawn active. We've been taking cards from his hand very aggressively, and so we play that out. And here we go. He's going to save it, but only momentarily. We'll swing 5 into face. Let's see what he does. If he blocks with the Kid, we'll swing 6 into the Kid again. We love that. We love taking the cards out of hand. So boom, take a card out, and guess what else we're going to play? Kaido will KO your Luffy Taro, trashing his Spandine, getting that ready for later, and now you have to trash another card from your hand. Absolutely brutal. He has 1 10K body. He can do some damage to my board this turn. He can definitely do some damage to my board, but I have 5K counter in hand. I'm not exactly like out of answers, right? I do have some serious options here. Okay, interesting play here. So I think what should have been done, I'm going to tell you guys what should have been done by the Purple Luffy player, in my personal opinion, is I think he should have gone 5 into Spandam, just get it off the board, 8 into Kaku, and then 13 into my Gecko. I just think that's how it should have gone, without any questions asked, without any hesitation, and then he could have gone from there. But watch what he does instead. I would consider this not a good idea what he does here. I don't think this was a great play what he does next. Battling for the board is so important, guys. I know if I get another Gecko Moria, I can fill the board out, but you don't know if I have one or not. You never know what's in someone's hand. Instead, they play out a Zoro Juro. They're thinking, okay, I'm going to get board control. It's like, well, no, the problem is this. You were never guaranteed any card on my board. Like, there was no card on my board that you were guaranteed to get to remove, because I have 3 cards in hand. So, in other words, if he swings 10 into 9 here, I can 2K counter out of that. If he swings 7 into 6 here, I can 2K counter out of that. So, it was kind of I think that was a slight misplay. Yep, and there he goes. He tries to do it. Okay, yep, well, I'm going to get out of that with the 2K. 7 into 6. Again, he's just playing into my hand for the most part. 6 into 6. I even had the 1K. And guess what this means, guys? Oh, his entire board is sideways, even his blocker. I draw a card for the turn. It's a Rebecca. Seems good, but it doesn't matter. So right here, guys, we are just going to gobble this board up. This board is gone. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to swing 8 into 6. Okay, I think I could have done this a little bit better. Oh, nice, but he counters out anyway, so that's perfect. We'll go 12 into 10. We know he can't counter out of that. He only has 1 card in hand. And now we can go 6 into here. And let's see if he gets rid of it. It does go away. I'm sure he didn't mean to get rid of it, but that was that. Okay, he ends up conceding here. Because, okay, if he plays out a Charlotte Linlin next turn, he gives me an extra life. I have a blocker to protect my big characters. With that Rebecca, I was more than likely going to grab back a 2K counter. like nothing, just a straight up 2K counter, and just get a little bit of tempo back into my hand, and then I can replace the Spandam with a Brook from my hand if I even wanted to. I could have kept the 1K counter in hand as well. So good game to the purple Luffy there, but we kind of suffocated him. Our board was so large. We had blockers. We had 3 life. He couldn't rush us down. And if he wanted to play out the Lin, he's only buying me more time, right? He's only buying me more time. So, it's one of those situations. Good game. All right, next up we have game versus Blue Doffy, man. Guys, so I have to say this right now. Pause. Lucci, basically just black decks in general, that's what got me into this game. So playing Lucci has been a real treat for me, in preparing this video, because I just love playing this color so much. It's what really got me into the game. I hope one day there's like a black, yellow, navy deck that I can play, because I loved black, blue Sakazuki, or blue, black Sakazuki. I absolutely really, really liked that deck. And I know people are like, well, yeah, it was broken, it had to be banned. I understand, but the point is, like, it was still a very fun deck to play for what it was worth, not just winning with it. It was just a cool deck. And I hope one day there's a black-yellow deck for me that's navy, because that would, especially if it was based around removal and like some type of control variants and things like that, maybe a little bit of life gain with some control, I would instantly fall in love with a deck like that, because that is really my favorite kind of play style. Right now, I kind of stay away from black cards because I feel like they're the strongest in the format, and me being the off-meta deck builder that I am, I have to, I got to play the off-meta stuff. I got to stay far away from this. Now, back to the game here. So now, guys, we got a game of Lucci versus Doffy, okay? Hopefully this is the game I'm thinking of. Yeah, I think this is the game I'm thinking of. This is a pretty good one here. So Rob Lucci is actually just very good into any deck that's trying to flood the board for the most part. We get a double Spandam search, but we do miss a Gecko, Moria, and a Kaido. That was less than ideal, guys, as I like to say. Now, I should probably counter out of this, but I think I'm going to greedily take it, because the reason I say I should probably counter out is because, remember, if they have Pudding, they could really severely punish me. And I have no way of getting cards out of my hand right now. I have to try to go for this card on the board. We're going to do a Tempest Kick, cycle through more cards, and here we go. They're going to play out a Perona. I think they do a blank swing for 5 here, if I remember correctly. Actually, it might not be this game. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if this is the game I remember. Okay, they're going to swing for 6 into 5. I need a 2K counter out because he might have a Pudding in hand. Well, 1K counter out of that. Jinbei into Trafalgar Law. Bounces back my Spandam. I'm not upset with that. I'm really not upset with that Spandam, guys. But I do need some more cost reduction. We do need some more cost reduction in order to get some good plays off here. We might actually have to get rid of one of these characters with a Who's Who. Okay, they actually take a 5K hit. They go up to 4 cards. They were down to 3. We're going to do a Spandam search here. We got rid of some good cards there. Very unfortunate. Bye-bye Sabo. Bye-bye 9-cost Kaido. That was both my 9-cost Kaidos gone. And now we're going to slam down a Who's Who. We're going to pop the Trafalgar Law. Get that out of the way. Some people might have thought it was better to get rid of the Jinbei. But remember, guys, the card we're worried about them getting back from... pause. Hang on. Everything's happening so fast. They had this whole turn set up, guys. That's why it's going so quickly, and it's in 2x speed. They set this up with Perona the turn before. But real quick, guys, the reason I got rid of the Trafalgar Law is just in case he wants to start looping Trafalgar Laws, right? You don't want to give him that opportunity. Gecko can get back either of these cards, so that part doesn't even matter. But at the same time, it kind of does still matter, because if they can play out a Jinbei into one of the, another Trafalgar Law they have in hand, that would probably be the worst of the 2 situations. But either way, that was a tough call. So now they're going to swing it for 7, guys. I think we are going to take this one. We get an Ice Age. It's very tempting to pop the Perona, guys, but we need to save that so we can pop stuff with our other cards. Okay, looks like we're going to go Gecko Moria here. Grab back a Rebecca into Spandine into Lucci combo. Very standard combo here. Again, we do have a 1 cost this time to get off the board. We're going to use the what's her name there, the Tsuru. We're going to replace that immediately with a Spandine. Going to trash 3 cards. Now, that was hard. I think I get rid of the 2K counter because I'd rather have access to the Lucci and the Spandam later. Then we go ahead and do that, and that. Okay, getting rid of those 2 cards. Now we're going to swing 5 into 5. Does he want to give me cards from his hand? I'll take them. I will take cards from hand, guys. I will take cards from hand. Lets that one go, and here we go. Their turn. So we're in a situation now where we've kind of stabilized. We have a blocker. We have 3 life. We have 5K counter in hand. We have a Jack coming down next turn, and Doffy's not going to like that. Doffy's not going to like Jack coming down next turn, guys. Okay, they're going to swing 6 into 5. We do have the 2Ks to deal with this very efficiently. 6 more into 5, so he's trying to hit us with a red rock here, right? He's got 6. Is that 7 Dawn or 6 Dawn? If it's 7 Dawn, it's going to be a Gravity Blade. If it's 6, it's going to be a red rock. It's a Gravity Blade, which is definitely very good for him. But hey, that's okay. We'll swing 5 into 5. Give me all your cards, please. This card will not survive no matter what. Yep. And then we're going to swing for 5 at life first, just in case there's some type of trigger. I have no idea. And we'll play this out, tap that down, cycle a card. We'll get rid of the Lucci, and we'll pop that. Now we've got Jack. We're cycling through cards now. Hopefully we can get to another Gecko, and that will just be a wrap, right? Another Gecko in this game is going to be over. Completely over. They play out a Jinbei, which plays out a Boa. Let's see if he tries to cheat something out with the leader here. Nope, not even a blind rip, so we're going to 2K counter out pretty aggressively. I don't want to go too low on my cards here. And we get a Rebecca, which is actually not too bad, right? Rebecca's really not that bad here, because we can do the whole Spandine combo again if we have enough cards in the trash. Okay, so let's see what happens here. I think we're going to attack first. I think I actually use Jack here. Let me see something. Swing in. We'll do -1 to that. Let's see if they want to give me this blocker here. It would be very wise, because now I can just pop it with Jack, right? I think he should just give me the blocker. Oh, he doesn't. So, okay, now we'll use Jack. And I think I get a, yeah, I get another Ice Age. Yeah. So this is where I go, okay, well, I'll just trash the Spandine. We'll pop that. Then we'll swing for 9 more. And watch this, guys. Ice Age on 2 4-cost characters. You know, super efficient usage of Ice Age here, right? And then we'll swing for 5. We'll play out Rebecca. We'll go Spandine Lucci, pop his entire board again. You know, it's insanity at this point. Get rid of the right cards. Just these 2Ks and that Spandine. We already have another one we just refilled with. Return 3 of my biggest characters. And your turn. Super fair. Super fair. You love to see it. And GG. That was a fun one. Guys, Ice Age is wild. Right? Because remember, like, without Ice Age, I don't even have a play there. Right? Like, without Ice Age, it's like, okay, I'll pop 2 Sin Gokus. I still have 3 life. I have a blocker. It would be fine. But those Ice Ages just allowed me to wipe his board. And look at what he had in his hand, guys. He had a Perfume Femur. He was definitely trying to set up lethal by sneaking it in some way, in like one way or another. Good game. All right, next up, we got a game versus Blackbeard. Let me go speed 2x here. Volume is off. Blackbeard is a very tough matchup for Lucci, but I think it's very winnable, guys. I think it's very winnable. Especially if you're playing very heads up, right? Okay, they're going to use Lafitte straight away. They're going to do a search. They're going to swing for 5. We'll counter out pretty aggressively here. No reason to take this. They do another Lafitte. They turn off the on plays for the turn, which was very intelligent because I was going to drop a Brook and clear up this board easily. Absolutely easily. Well, guys, we're still going to do this the right way. We're going to fill up our trash. We're going to swing 6 into 1. Unfortunately, we lose a Kaido. That was less than ideal, right? We lose the Kaido, and that's a card that I teched into this deck for this matchup, right? But hey, it happens. Okay, they're going to use Lafitte again. They're just sifting through their deck. They've gone through like 15 cards now just using these little searchers. He's going to play out a Burgess. That card is not what I want to see right now. I do have a way to deal with it if I had on-play effects, which I do not. We're going to swing 5 into 5, popping the Lafitte with the win attacking action, not the on-play. He gets a Liberation or a Shigan Finger Pistol, filling up his trash even more. We'll swing 5 into 5 here, and we're just going to play out a body here that is a blocker. We're just trying to get bodies on the board. He keeps removing him. He's like, this guy's playing very well. Let me tell you right now, guys, this is not a new Blackbeard player. Other than just being new because we're playing in the West, right? we haven't had Blackbeard for as long as everybody else. Well, some people have, right? If you've been playing on the sim this whole time, you probably have. But anyway, this guy seems like he knows what he's doing. Okay, we're going to swing in for 6 here. I think we're just going to slam Jack. Jack is a very strong card for us. It'll let us remove pretty much anything except a Burgess, right? Who cannot be KO'd. I don't know if that card needed to have that. I don't know if that card having cannot be KO'd was like a good idea. But who knows? Okie dokie, here we go. Attach 2 to the leader. I think it's going to be swing 7, swing 8, and then you might think like, oh, and then play out the Gecko Moria, right? Well, no, it's going to be double Lucci. Right here, I need to swing 8. I need to get him down to 1 life so that I can have a chance to win next turn. Watch this, Lucci, Lucci, your turn. If you only play out 1 body here, pause. Okay, pause. If you only play out 1 body here, you lose automatically. Right? Because what's going to happen is they are going to slam 10 costs, right? They're about to be on their 10 Dawn turn. By the way, they just haven't gotten their Dawn for the turn yet. So this is a 10 cost Blackbeard turn. If he doesn't play 10 cost Blackbeard, he just loses anyway, right? Unless he can somehow remove every character I have on the board, and I have a 2K, 2K, 1K in hand, right? So unless he can somehow manage that, then, you know, then that would be fine. But I seriously doubt it after all the removal we've already seen. So 10 cost Blackbeard here says, okay, your biggest attack is shut off. You know, and then you only have 3 attacks to try to get through, a 12K blocker, 1 life, and 4 cards in hand. Potentially 3 if he doesn't do the on plays. So that's where we're at right now. So I had to set down 2 bodies, right? Because if I only had set down 1 body, I can't win, period, right? Because he shuts down 1 attack with the character's effect, and then I swing for 5 with my leader, or 9, or whatever I choose to swing with, and they block, and then they take the next hit. And then I'm done on the crackback, because watch how this turn goes. You have to think ahead, guys. He has triple Burgess on the field. I only have 1 more turn to win this game. I think this guy probably should have gone everything into the jack. I do think that would have been the right call here. But at the same time, I would have completely defended it, guys. And look, he has a 8K, 8K, 8K. But with Blackbeard's effect, pause. If I'm not mistaken, guys, Blackbeard, the leader's effect, not the character, the leader's effect, it's not a once per turn. So if you need to fill up your trash to buff your characters, you can, right? You actually can do that. You can buff all your characters and go about things that way. So he could have gone like 9, 9, 9 into my guy, and I would have lost it. Because remember, guys, I just drew that 2K counter Subaru from that last hit. Okay, so here we go. I am going to get out of one of these hits just so I'm not too low. We'll take this one. We get an Ice Age, which is not too bad, but he's going to trash a Liberation, and now... Okay, I have no chance here. I have to go for lethal. There is no world that I survive, right? There is no world in which I survive. Because remember, guys, Jack cannot attack this turn because of the 10 cost Marshall D. Teach's effect. Okay, well, time to do the math. I'm going to go 8, 9, 10. That's my plan. I'm going to go 8, 9, 10. Some people might have said 999 is better, and it might have been. There might be an argument for that, but we'll check. He takes the 8. That's a very good sign. Now we're coming in for 9. If he takes this, he showed me he had 9. He did that for a reason. He was showing like, yep, I see what you're doing, and there's no way out of it. So I will say this. 999 would have worked. 999 would have worked. And it was actually, it looks like it was a little bit scary there, like he should have had the... it looks like the last card he got from his life was probably a 1K counter. So that got him to where he can only get out of a 9. And, you know, again, that was a tough call. Tell me what y'all would have done in the comment section below. Would you have gone 8, 9, 10 like I did? Or would you have gone 9, 9, 9? Or would you have risked a 7 going 9, 11 or something like that? Like 7, 9, 11? You guys tell me what y'all would have done in the comment section below. Really good game, though. Blackbeard is not an easy matchup. But I'll tell you one thing right now. It would have been a lot easier if I had not accidentally trashed, you know, with the leader effect, trashed my my Kaidos. That would have made the matchup quite a bit easier. Okay, we got one more game, guys. We got a game versus Black Yellow Luffy. This one was quite the game here. I had to play very awkwardly into this matchup. So we talked about... let me pause right now, guys. We talked about this matchup a little bit... or we talked about it a lot over the last 2 days, right? Because we went over this matchup. So the last 2 videos I did at the time of recording this, you know, on this channel, were the U.S. Nationals finals of Black Yellow Luffy versus, you know, Lucci. And one thing I was saying was I think we have to be more aggressive as Lucci. I feel like that's our only chance because the guy that played, the guy Caden, he played brilliantly. Like, he played absolutely fine. But... it's like sometimes, you know, you guys know how it is. Every now and then someone just gets the perfect pull, you're not beating it. But I'm just, in my mind, I'm thinking maybe we have to become more aggressive into Black Yellow Luffy. I don't know. We'll have to see. So I do implement that strategy this game. Okay, we play out the Span Dam. It also lets us fill up our trash, by the way, guys, which is pretty nice. So right here, we're swinging for 5. We're -1 there. That doesn't matter. He takes it. Just like we thought he would, right? And then we go -1, or we play out the Brook, we pop the Garp, he plays another Garp. Okay, this guy's doing a lot of Garp searches. I wonder if that will... Pause. I mentioned this yesterday, guys, or I mentioned it in the... I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, but when it comes to playing Black Yellow Luffy, if you do not have Gecko Moria in your hand, you should not do a search. It could be in your next 5 cards, and then you might not see another one for a long time. You just never know. That is something I'd be very careful of, guys. So remember, we saw 2 Garp searches this game. So he has gone through 10 cards now, okay? Let's see what happens this game. I'm kind of giving you guys a spoiler warning. It's a little bit of foreshadowing going on. I'm not going to lie. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to keep on the pressure. I said, you know, I don't care. We're going in, dude. Swing 5, pop that guy. You want to take it? Go ahead. Okay, swing 5. We're going in. Trash 2. You're down to 2 life. Okay, and here we go. Just waiting for our opponent. They take it. And it was like a searcher. So I don't know what just happened. But anyway, that's gone. And now we're going to play out a Rob Lucci with no effect just to put a body on the board. Okay, let's see what they do next. They're going to do a Charlotte Flampe. Very nice. Very, very nice. And now they're going to be able to start setting their life cards. Okay, they're doing a draw. They're doing the leader effect now. They trash a Sabo. They put the Sabo into life and a 5-cost Luffy. Play out the Sabo, you know, thinking that card's going to be safe, but we're actually going to pop that card, right? That card's going bye-bye. We're not going to let him just sit behind those blockers all day, every day like that. Not that easily. Not that easily, at least. Okay, just waiting on our opponent now to pass the turn back, and then we're going to be able to go from there. Okay, here we go. My turn. I'm up to 7 Dawn, which would be a nice turn for, we're going to go swing 7 into 7. This would be nice here for Jack, but again, I'm going to try to stay aggressive with this guy. I want cards out of his hand or cards off the board. Nothing else will suffice for me. Nothing else will suffice. Swing in for that, play out the Brook, on play, trashing, not KOing, because that was immune to KO, right? Trashing a card. I wonder if, I should have looked at his trash. I wonder if it would have been smart to get 3 cards out of his trash. Who knows? Because remember, Brook can also put 3 cards from the trash on the bottom of their deck. I don't know. It might have been. I'm not sure. It depends on if you can pick or not with Brook. I haven't really messed around with that all that much. I think the player gets to pick, the player whose trash it is. I could be wrong. Okay, so they're doing some stuff here. They're filling out the board with the 5-cost 6K. They buff it up to 2 or up to 8. And here we go. That card is not safe, though, guys. That card is not safe. So right here, it looks like I have a 9 Dawn play, but I really would like to get rid of that Luffy. So we'll swing for 5, fill up our trash, -1 to the Luffy. We're going to swing for 4 with the Brook here. I'm pretty sure we're going to swing for 4 with the Brook here. Yep. Attack in. We'll pop that. And I guess I have another play lined up. It might be, yeah, it's going to be Jack. I did minus, what did I just do, guys? I just missed something. What happened? It says -4 on there. Oh, Tempest Kick. I didn't even see the Tempest Kick, guys. So we Tempest Kick, knock him down, and then we'll pop it with this. We have to cycle a card out. We don't need the Lucci. Your turn. Okay, so this should be his first Gecko Moria turn, right? What if, I'm just thinking, guys, what if the Black Yellow Luffy player had like 2 Gecko Morias at the beginning of his deck that got mulled over by the Garp, and maybe his other 2 are towards the bottom of his deck. Okay, maybe. So Rygo gets played. He pops Jack with that. He's going to play out the Luffy here to basically get a body on the board. And now he's going to go up 2 life, and he's going to swing for 9. He's only a 7,000 power leader this turn, guys. He's only a 7,000 power leader this turn. Okay, so that is actually not insane, right? That's not crazy. So we're going to swing in for 7 into 7 to poke him first. Let's get some cards out of hand or get rid of some of this life. And here he takes it, and I'm like, okay, well, you know what? Here we go. We're going to try something here. It might be a little bit greedy. There were other ways to play this turn, I'm sure, but we don't have a ton of cost reduction in our hand, so we're just going to get rid of this card because I've been holding on to this Kaido to get rid of a Gecko this entire time. Gecko's not coming. Gecko's not coming. Okay. Because, good news, he got rid of them with the Garp searches. Right? I'm just going to spoil it, guys. I'm just going to say it. Because I asked him. I'm over here chatting. I'm like, no Gecko, question mark? He goes, nope. So, either A, all 4 were stacked at the bottom of his deck, or B, he searched over them with Garp. That's the only thing that I can think of. Okay, so he plays out double Sabo. I'm sure, because he does play one towards the end of the game here, so he's got to be getting close to that now. But that is a 5K leader. We mess up a little bit here, guys. Unfortunately, we do mess up a little bit here. We're going to swing for 6. So what I'm just going to say it right now. We have to pause and talk about it. A 5K attack with Brook should have been done immediately, either forcing a card out of their hand, a life, or this blocker. And then I can attack everything into the blocker and go about things that way and just totally change my plan around. But that was a mistake. I'm just going to tell you guys, I should have swung with the Brook first, in my personal opinion. Okay, so I know after double Sabo, he's got to be sitting on at least 1 Gecko Moria. Right? He just has to be. He has to be sitting on 1 Gecko Moria after all the searching and stuff that's been going on this game. Because remember, guys, he's done a Flampe. He's done double. This is actually his 3rd or 4th Sabo, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to just play out a Rebecca here, and I'm going to turtle up a little bit because I'm still very, very safe. I have almost infinite counter in my hand right now, guys. I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I have 11 or 12k counter. I might have messed it up. I'm not going to recount it. There's a Gecko. He plays out the Gecko Moria, but guess what? His Sabos are on the board right now, and I think he's trying to draw a card so that he can even, try to have a chance at playing out some cards, to the board. So he does a value Gecko here. Pause. Remember, he only has 2 cards. Excuse me. He only had 2 cards in hand. So it was going to be play out the Gecko Moria and then trash the card you have in your hand to gain 2 life. So he would have no cards in hand at all. So the idea is he played out the Kuzan and the Garp, and he wants to go up to 2 life and then sit behind 2 blockers. That is the logic here, and it's not a bad idea. And it draws some cards maybe to another Gecko, but he should be able to survive this turn. That's the main idea here that he's going for. Okay, let's see what he does here. He's going to do a 3 Brothers Bond, or he's going to trash that to put 2 cards on the top of his life. And guess what? The cards he put on top of his life, I don't really care about those cards, to be honest. I don't really care about those, right? So here we go. I think we're going to do the proper attack this time first, with the Brook. Let's see what we do here. Might poke for 9 first or 7. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, this would cost both cards out of hand, so we do that first. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, in that case, maybe we just swing a lot of 7s, and I'm like, you know what? I really don't want to lose this game. That was what was going through my head here, guys. There was a more efficient way here where I could have just gone 7, 7, 7. It would have just got rid of everything, right? And sit behind the 2 blockers. But it's like, you know what? I think I'm going to go 7. I'm going to go 5. Let's see if he gives me the blocker. And I can pop the Garp. Not that. I guess that could matter. Garp could matter. But he 1k counters out. We're swinging for 9. He takes that. He's down to 0 life. Now, I'm just going to wall up behind. Yeah, I think I should get rid of the Brook here. I'm going to wall up behind a Sabo. None of my stuff can be KO'd now, so I know I have 3 blockers. So now, unless he has a 5-cost 7k ace, the game is basically over, right? Because no matter what, there's one. All right, each attack. Let me go back real quick and talk about that for a second. Pause. Watch this, guys. Kuzan, blockers right here. Gecko's blockers right here. This Sabo's blockers right here. And if he wants to attack in the face, I have 1 life. And then I still have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11k counter in hand. It's just not happening, right? It's just there's just no possible way. He has to win this turn, or I start swinging in massively again. It's just too much to keep up with. He's still going to swing in here. He's going to do all these attacks. I think he's still going to. I do believe he's still going to gain 2 life. But here's the thing: what is that going to do for him? So he swings in for 9. We get a Tempest Kick. We're not using that in case we need to get through a blocker. Okay, and he has 2 Dawn. He should, if he has a 2-cost character in hand, he should gain 2 life. And then use the character to gain life, I guess. It is a Sabo. For what it's worth, that was pretty decent. But here's the problem, guys. All right, pop quiz. Going into teacher mode, pop quiz. How do you get lethal here? There are no cards in hand. Remember, guys, 7,000 power leader. He only has 2 blockers. He only has 1 life. And remember, when he takes this life, it doesn't go to hand because it's face up. It'll go to the bottom of the deck. So, with that in mind, how does he get out of this? He can't, right? Because we have math on board. We just have to make all of our attacks be 7, right? So 7k on Brook will take his last life. 7k on my Sabo will take his first blocker. 7k on my leader will take his next blocker. And then 9k on Kaido. The game is over, right? This is a mathematical win. There's nothing they can do in this situation. We had to play it a little bit awkwardly at the end there, sitting behind all the blockers and stuff. But hey, you do what you got to do. This guy, I was fumbling my Dawn everywhere, but he saw the game is over. Good game to him. But guys, I mean, I can't prove it, but I would not be surprised if with all those early searches we saw from the Garps, and I don't know, he might have even had the 3 Brothers Bond search as well that I missed when I was just talking. I can almost guarantee you, though, there was at least 1 Gecko in there that he just never got to see. And we mentioned this. The reason I bring this up is I mentioned this in the game on in the finals. When we were watching Michael Imiafa, Cross AI, when we were watching him play, he had a event searcher in his hand the entire time, and he's just sitting on it. Why? He was waiting to get Gecko Moria. And as soon as, I can't prove that. Michael, if you're listening, Cross, if you're listening, say something in the comment section. But guess what happened? As soon as he got a Gecko Moria in hand, shortly after that, he starts using his searchers, right? And it was, I'm telling you guys, I think there's something to that. That's how I choose to play. And let me tell you guys why I play it like that. I've lost so many games on Black Yellow Luffy. Guys, for those who might be new to the channel, I used to play so much Black Yellow Luffy. It was my favorite leader for a very long time. Not as much a favorite as Red Yellow Sabo and Black Yellow Lin Lin, but still, it was one of my favorite leaders. I put out a very deep, thorough, comprehensive guide on this leader. But here's the thing. I've lost so many games doing searches early on, very greedy, and getting right past my Gecko Morias when I don't have any in my hand yet. Lost many games like that, guys, and it's not a good feeling. So, good game. That was a lot of fun. That was the last game. Let me go ahead and put up the list I was running. This is what I was running, guys. Whoops, there we go. I'm running, so for Rob Lucci, I'm going to remove the leader here. This is the list I'm running. There's 4 Tempest Kicks down here. Unfortunately, it's just not going to fit on. Oh, well, yeah, I guess we'll just load it like this, whatever. So with this leader, I'm running 4 Tempest Kicks and 1 6 King Pistol. I'm saying those down at the bottom first so we can go through this list. I'm running 2 Spandine, 4 Brook, 3 Suru, 2 Kaku, the 5 cost, not the 2K counter, 3 Khalifa, the 2K counter, 4 Spandam, 2 Sabos, 4 Rebecca, 3 Lucci, 4 Gecko Moria, 3 Brook. That's a very techie card, guys. It's decent into Doffy, and it's decent into Doffy and what's his name, Red Shanks. But it's also really not that bad into Blackbeard if you catch them slipping, you know, if you catch them slipping up. But also versus Black Yellow Luffy. Kaido, again, this is super tech versus Blackbeard, Black Yellow Luffy, anything like that. It trashes cards, gets rid of cards in hand, very strong card. Then we're running 2 Jacks, 4 Who's Who. I'm still a firm believer in Who's Who. I think there's an argument to go up to 4 Khalifas and down to 3 Who's Who. I do think that's an argument. But remember, guys, Who's Who into Doffy, they're not bouncing that card back. Number one, they wouldn't want to bounce this card back, right? So it's a 5 cost 5K that's probably going to stick unless they want to bottom deck it with You're the One Who Should Disappear. Or You're the One Who Should Disappear. No, with Gravity Blade. Be my guest. And then 3 Ice Ages. Some people, I could definitely see people making the argument to go up to 4 Ice Ages. The card's just insane. And I could also see going down to just 1 Spandine. But 2 felt nice. 2 felt like I saw it every single game. Whereas in the past, I have run only like single Spandines. And I have not seen them over the course of the game. So that's up to you. That's up to your discretion there. Quite a bit of bricks in here, guys. So that's why I am running 1 6 King Pistol. And I'll tell you right now, guys, if I were to drop down 1 Spandine, it would go up 1 Ice Age. I'm pretty sure that would be the immediate swap over there. Even though I lose 1 counter for, you know, a non-counter, it is what it is. Yeah, that's about it, guys. This is the list. I had a lot of fun with it. The deck runs well. It runs pretty smooth. Now, every deck is, you know, how do I say this? Every deck can brick, okay? Any deck and every deck can brick. So you have to keep that in mind. Actually, here's what I'll say. I could see going down 1 Brook and going up 1 Ice Age. Let me go down to the events real quick. If I were to make some quick revisions, this is probably the immediate quick revision I would do. Like, yes, we do lose a body here, but we go up another trigger and we go up more cost reduction. Because there were times where I felt like I had the KO in hand, but not enough of the cost reduction. We're going at 3 Surus. Maybe we go up to 4 of these. I don't know. Like I said, there might be an argument for that. I can even see going down to 2 of these, actually. Now that we've gone up an Ice Age, maybe we go down to 2 Surus and go up a Khalifa. It's up to you guys. You know, I think that's going to come down to personal preference. But I do like the Khalifas in here. We do need some searchable targets with our Spandams. I've also seen people go down Spandam, down to 3 Spandams. I'm not ready for that yet. I'm not ready for that kind of transition to the deck yet. I really like having the 4 Searchers. Even when I do go over the Geckos, the Kaidos, the Jacks, you still have to fill up your trash in one way or another, and you're going to mill cards on accident with your leader. It's just part of the it's like part of the gamble with this deck. But yeah, there it is, guys. There's the list. Had a lot of fun with this. Lucci is still an absolutely incredible deck. This is how do I say this? There's 2 decks that really pop out in my mind if I were ever to become like a meta player where that's like all I played was meta and I was going super hard into that, where it's like I want to go to tournaments and win and stuff like that. Lucci would be very high on my list of leaders to play. Before it would have been Blue-Black Luffy, then it would have been Red-Purple Law. Now it is Black-Yellow Luffy and Lucci. And then probably very close under that would be Blue Doffy. I just enjoy that deck. I do like a good mid-range deck, though. That's just a personal preference again. And but yeah, great list. Tell me what y'all think in the comments section below. Let's please be nice. I know some people are going to be like, why aren't you running that? Why are you running this? Why aren't you running that? Guys, just let's keep it respectful. Let's keep it respectful. Let's have some fun. Tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. All right, I'm done, guys. Let me go ahead and put up the screen now, the playmat screen. Thank you to everybody who supports me, guys, for supporting the channel, whether you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing, hopping on the Discord, being part of the community on there, becoming a member, whatever it might be, guys. Thank you so much. Big shout out to everybody over here on the VP Pirates Playmat supporter page. I hope you guys are enjoying your playmats. I need to update this page again. I updated it, and then more people came in from the stream yesterday. Please check out those streams, guys, if you get a chance. I do them Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays from 9 p.m. to 12 a.m. Eastern. That's going to be a lot of fun. Don't miss out on that. But yeah, big shout out to all the members out there who helped me out. Thank you guys so much. You helped me out so much by becoming a member. It really means a lot to me. Thank you guys so much. And then, of course, last but not least, the patrons. Big shout out to everybody on here, people who are just donating to me just to help out the cause. Thank you guys so much. I need to update these pages soon, guys, because like I said, it has just become insane with the amount of support I've been getting recently ever since I started streaming. I'm so thankful. I can't express it enough. Thank you guys so much. Okay, so I do need to update this soon, but again, thank you guys so much. All right, I'm done. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. Let's try that again. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and until next time, guys, peace.